Andy Scott, first and foremost, a fantastic performance from the Aldershot Town team.
It was, something to be proud of. It's second half we were the dominant side by a long stretch and just kept pounded away and got ahead. And I think the third goal would have killed it off. And we had a few opportunities to do that. They piled numbers forward and got the equaliser, but that didn't put us back. And we just kept on going towards the end. And it was a really good performance from everyone. We had to deal with a lot in the first half. I thought they were excellent first half, and we we gave them a bit too much space. Needed to make the change after about half an hour, and from that point onwards, for the last hour of the game, I thought we were the better side.
So in that, are you pleased with having got a draw at Portsmouth, or somewhat disappointed at not having held on?
The board will be, and the fans will be, I'm sure. So we've got to be. We enjoyed it. We thoroughly enjoyed the day. We thoroughly enjoyed all the attention. And I'm absolutely delighted and very, very proud of the players that they went out and showed what they're capable of, because they deserve that. We've had a up and down start of the season, but that's probably our fifth performance on the bounce that's been up there. We haven't quite got the results that we deserve, but if the performances continue as they have, then we'll go from strength to strength. And we've shown we've got some good players. Some really good performances out there in adversity as well. Mark Phillips having to go off and change a few personnel around, so I couldn't be more pleased. And we're in the hat for the next round, and if we'd been offered that before the game, we definitely would have taken it.
And adversity is a buzzword around the club at the moment, particularly with injuries. So, several central midfielders weren't fit enough to start the game. You put Joe Osler in there, but the team showed such great spirit to come back from a goal down and take the lead and to hang on for so long.
Yeah, I think that's credit to the players. They don't moan and sulk if things aren't going for them, or if they're moved around, or they just get on with it. They love playing football and they wanted to show what they could do. I think that certainly the way we've trained for the last month, we've adapted to training 3 days a week. Maybe we've been pushing them a lot harder in the last month, knowing that we're capable of doing that. Now we've got a few bodies back. And we look strong. We look strong right to the end there, and we looked a powerful outfit against a good Portsmouth side. They're ninth in League Two for a reason. They got a terrific record here. I think they only lost once here, but they had a hell of a fright, and we kept their fans very, very quiet, and we gave ours plenty to cheer about.
And maybe that spirit was typified by Joe Osler, starting in a relatively unfamiliar position of central midfield, and did a sterling job.
It's unfamiliar to Aldershot fans because. He's been right back and centre half, but he started his career at central midfield, and we've had it in our mind to be able to do that at certain places to shore it up and be a little bit stronger. But then with the injuries that we've had to change it around, and he's been fantastic all season. And defensively we pressurised the ball a lot better in the second half. We won the front foot, we won the ball higher up the pitch, and when we got it to our front two, I thought they were absolutely outstanding. And I want to get wet, so let's go on.
And then Joe had to once again drop back into a more familiar position when Mark Phillips went off.
Yeah, and I thought they performed really well. Their front players are quick. They've got very good movement. Westcar and Story got good movement. We dealt with that. Once we got better pressure on the ball in midfield, we dealt with it well. And in the second half, Ryan Taylor had him at Rotherham, and sold him to Bristol City, and knew what a good player he was. He's powerful in the air, and gets his back in, and it was his flick that Danny Holland scored from. But I thought, when you think about a year ago, Jayden Gibbs was playing for Chipstead in the Southern, whatever it is, league, and now he's playing in front of 15,000, 16,000 people in a proper football ground, and played that well against a really good winger in Ricky Holmes. I thought, that typifies what we're about, and very, very pleased for all of them. Delighted that they've got the chance to do it again at our place. Another big game for everyone to get excited about, and I'm sure all our fans will be really looking forward to that.
And you already said it, that second half performance after Jordan Roberts' equaliser, really right on the strike of half time, that was the perfect time to score and the real catalyst for an excellent second half.
I've got to be honest, for the whole of the game, the front two caused them so many problems. I thought Brett and Dan Holman, their movement, their hold up play, their work rate, once we got a bit of quality on the ball and got it into them into good areas, we looked really, really dangerous. And Dan Holman's cross for the first goal was one of the best you'll see. And then the second goals come from a really good pressurising by Forbesy. We didn't let it go. We kept there and we hounded them. and Moseley pops up in a lovely position to score a goal. So we know we've got good players, and we're starting to get a little bit more consistency in the way that we play now, and you know, there's reasons to be cheerful now.
And more reasons to be cheerful for the team, the supporters, and you've already suggested it, for the board of directors as well. 10 days time or so, do it all again at the Electrical Services Stadium. Yeah, I mean, all the players and staff were at the ground this morning, and you know, it was great turnout from the fans, and they had a bit of breakfast and made a real day of it. And when we got involved with them, and you know, everyone was tongue in cheek, you know, let's get a draw and bring them back and beat them here. So we've done the first part of that. Financially for the club, it's huge. Another massive opportunity to raise some more money, which is key for us as a club. We know that. But also it's an opportunity to let our home fans see a club like Portsmouth come, and we can test ourselves again, and that's credit to the players, and they deserve that opportunity. So we're in the hat, which is fantastic, and after last year's disappointment, I think we're very quickly wiping that memory out of the mind and making fresh ones. And looking at it seriously for a second, Portsmouth's away record is not great. I think they've only won one league game away from home. You've got to fancy your chances. Yeah, neither's ours. Neither's ours, to be honest. But I think that everyone can see we're a developing side. I think that the players that we've brought in, you know, Dan Holman and Mark Phillips, are making a big effort. We're getting players back from injury. Moseley and Barker have been like two new signings for us. So we're the side that I wanted us to be at the beginning of the season now. I really feel that we're starting to come together as a squad and as a side, and that showed in the performances in the last month. And you know, we've got to persevere. There's a belief in there now. There's a real drive about the side to be successful. But now we've got to concentrate on Kidderminster on Wednesday, and then we've got Nuneaton before this game. So we'll enjoy today. There's no doubt about that. We'll make the most of today, and then look to perform the same way against Kidderminster and Nuneaton before we face them again. Andy, 2-1 up, dominant. You must have thought we got. Well, yeah. I mean, you need the third goal. I think you need to. You know, when we were so on top and we had a lot of chances. The keeper's made a good save from Jordan from the free kick that was given as a goal kick. We've just scraped a couple by the post and what have you. So we've come close, but you know, the way they just chuck bodies forward, they were always going to gamble, and you know, we just one opportunity and it's got in. So you know, credit to them. They had to gamble, they had to chuck bodies forward, and we just didn't deal with that one situation. But it was one of those things. So yeah, we're disappointed we haven't won when we're in a position to be ahead, but you know, we've performed very, very well, and you know, the way that we responded from that disappointment of going back to 2-2 was excellent as well. And we had a couple of chances towards the end. And a game of descending off. Did you think one final push? Yeah. I mean, we looked a threat every time we got it into our front players, and we drove it, and I don't think they could cope with us going forward. And Jordan did really well. It was definite second yellow. Our quality of our set plays wasn't good enough today. It's probably my only gripe, really, that we hit the first man, or we didn't get it in the right areas properly. But you know, they're minor points. But I'm here to pick out minor points, because if we're going to improve and get better, that's what we've got to do. Just picking up on something you said earlier about like adversity. Obviously, you had to make two changes very early on. That obviously wasn't part of the plan. The first change in particular was quite interesting. Yeah. Was it just a system that didn't work for you? Yeah, I just felt Ricky Holmes was getting on the ball too much. I felt that their midfield players were dominating our midfield too a little bit more, and putting Sam Hatton a bit more experience. Moseley can drift off that wide area. We just wanted to be a little bit more solid, and no bad thing on Tom Derrick, just that it wasn't working, and I didn't want to wait till half time. I'm here to make decisions, and you know, if I upset people, then so be it, but I'm here to make decisions for the good of the team, and Tom took it in the right manner, and the team responded. So you know, you've got to say it worked, and it certainly did. So, and then with Mark coming off, he wanted to stay on till half time, but we just can't afford for him to get injured for too long. He's just felt his thigh a little bit, so we got him off. We knew we had ready replacements. Sam Hatton can come on, and Forbesy can come on, and Joe went back into centre half. So fortunately, we've got the squad capable of doing that now, and you know, credit to them.
I'm guessing Kieran Forbes wasn't 100% fit. If that's the case, he put in one hell of a shift for you, didn't he, second half?
He was fit, yeah. He was fit. We just felt that, you know, he's been terrific for us this season. Just felt in the last couple of games he's looked a bit leggy and looked a bit struggling, but he responded in the right fashion. If you know, he really came on and really made a big impact. Second goal was down to him and down to the group. Once someone put pressure on the ball, they followed in behind him. So you know, again, you know, he knew that he had to respond. But he's a great lad. He's a great lad, and they're all good lads. They've worked really hard in training, particularly the last month. They worked hard the whole season, but the last month we've really pushed it, and I think that everyone's seeing the effects of that. And maybe we should have done that from the pre-season, but with the amount of injuries we had to be careful with players and their capabilities in training, and didn't want too many contact injuries. But now we're seeing the effects and the results of what we've been doing, and you know, they deserve all the plaudits for that. They've responded very well, and they've shown they're good players, and that's what I asked of them today. I want them to go out there, enjoy the occasion, enjoy the fact that they're playing in front of a big crowd, and show what they could do, and show they're a good team. They're good individuals within a team framework, and they did that, every single one of them.
Yeah, and you look one proud manager tonight.
Yeah, I am, because it's a big game. You know, after they go 1-0 up, and we weren't really in it for spells. You know, our fans got right behind us. That makes you proud when you're the manager of a club that can bring 3,000 fans down here, and they really helped us out, and the players responded in a great fashion. You know, you work hard and you sign players and you bring players in, and it's games like this where you really find out about them, and they ticked all the boxes today. So absolutely delighted. We just, you know, we want to go and do it again at Kidderminster and show that we're a good side that can be consistent, and that's the challenge now.
Thank you. Well done.